What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to get 500K in funding in 2024. But before I get straight into the video, if you still haven't, I strongly recommend you join our free funding school community where we go over funding and you get access to our network and potentially meet a accountability partner, a business partner, whatever you want to call it. I recently did add in here how to remove hard inquiries in 24 hours on all three bureaus, which is definitely going to come useful to you as you continue down this video. So if you still haven't, make sure to join our community. It's going to be paid at 50 members. Right now it's free, so as soon as we hit 50 members, it will be paid. All right, guys, let's get straight into the video. So how to get 500K in funding in 2024. The first bank we're going to look at to get funding in 2024 is going to be Wells Fargo. They recently dropped a 0% business credit card, which I strongly recommend you guys get. With this business credit card, they pull Experian for the business side. So whenever you apply for business credit cards with Wells Fargo, they pull Experian, which is very easy to remove. You could just do a phone call like I go over here in the community. If you click on this post, you'll get the whole practical way on how to do that. Remove the inquiry and you could apply for more stuff after. When it comes to Wells Fargo business credit cards, they do pull on Equifax, so just keep that in mind. From what I've seen currently for our clients is I've seen 20K approvals on this 0% business credit card, which is for 12 months, which is amazing. So I definitely recommend that. And then also they have a business line of credit, which I recommend you go for after you apply for the business credit card. And their business line of credit goes up to $50,000, no doc. And then if you're in business for 2 or more years, they do give you up to 150K. This one will definitely require more docs. Another thing to keep a heads up on, guys, recently a lot of the banks have been tightening up and they do want you to have a relationship with them. So when it comes to Wells Fargo, you have to have a bank account, business checking account open with them for at least 60 business days in order to get approved for the business credit card and and the line of credit as well. When I first applied for this card, I got denied because of that reason until I let it season and let it age, and then I apply it again. So definitely keep that in mind. Make sure that your business checking account is open for at least 60 business days or more. And then, of course, you could also get the line of credit. It should be no doc if it's 50K or under, which basically means you don't have to have tax returns. The next bank here, so that should be like around 70K you could get. Also, another thing you guys keep in mind is I recommend you guys use a multi-corporation strategy. So always have at least 2-3 corporations you could apply for funding with, because banks will usually give you funding for up to 3 corps. So you could get a 20K 0% card on one corp and then go back to this bank again and apply for this card again. And let's say you get 20K or a little under, whatever, you basically got the same card for two different corporations. I like to call that the multi-corp strategy. So definitely do that and keep that in mind. All right, so the next bank here is PNC. PNC recently did tighten up. I just got off the phone with the PNC relationship manager the other day for one of our clients, and they told me that if you don't have an account open with them for at least 180 days, they want you to have a 1-year tax return to apply for the business credit card, which was not like this a couple months ago, but recently the banks have been tightening up due to inflation and everything that we're going through. So they want you to have at least 1-year tax returns. And this is if you don't have an account open with them. So if you don't have an account open with them, they require 1-year tax returns and a 780 credit score, a FICO score. You guys always want to use FICO, not Vantage. All of the banks usually look at FICO when they pull your report. So if you don't have an account open with them, they require a 780 credit score with 1-year tax returns. If you do have an account open with them, they're more lenient and they'll approve you if you have a 680 credit score. So yeah, like I said, if you have an account open with them, it has to be at least 180 days, and make sure that you have a lot of deposits going through there and actually build a relationship with them, because all of the banks now really care about the relationships. So make sure that you're always building your relationships with these banks before you apply. They also do have a line of credit. Their line of credit goes up to anywhere from 20,000 to 100,000, and their business credit card goes up to 25K, and it's 0% just for 1 year. So from the last time I checked, so it should be 1 year 0% interest, and then You could get anywhere from 20K to 100K depending on your data points on the business side and personal side. So that's another 100 to 125K with PNC. That's already total like 250K. If you get 0% cards with Wells Fargo, that'll be like 40K, and then business line of credit, like 90K. This is like, you could do the same thing here. So that's already like 200-300K. Another thing to keep in mind is they pull Experian, and it's a regional bank. So make sure that you're in the area into where they'll approve you. So look up the states that they approve. If you're not, you can foreign file this. You could do it yourself, but I do recommend, if you want to get it faster, do it through either a registered agent or do it through InkFile. And if you do it yourself, you could do it through Secretary of State, but that usually takes a lot longer. All right, and last but not least, I did another video on this on my channel. If you still haven't seen it, go check it out, where I go more in depth, is the AMEX business line of credit. Right here, AMEX business line of credit goes up to 250K of limit, so you could get $250,000. Of course, they do look at certain things before they give you that. So these are the things that are required to apply. You have to be at least 18 years of age, have started your business at least a year ago, have a FICO score of at least 660 at the time of application. Obviously, I recommend you have it higher. One of the fastest ways to boost your credit score, if it's currently low, is through trade lines, multiple trade lines. But you also want to make sure that you have 0 negative items on the credit report. Obviously, that will boost your probability and heighten the probability of you getting approved. And then on top of that, they want you to have an average monthly revenue of at least $3,000. So here are some more data points. It should be no hard pull if you're already in the Amex ecosystem and have products with them. You can also see if you're peer approved if you already have an Amex business credit card. Also, they do use Plaid. Let me write that down here. Plaid to verify business revenue. So just keep that in mind. They will be using Plaid to confirm and look at all the data in your bank account. Another thing with Amex is they do have 0% business cards as well. I recommend that you build up your relationship with them. Like I said earlier in the video, all of the banks are tightening up now, and they really, really care about the relationship. So even if you think you don't need this card or their products now with any of these banks, I recommend you think 6 months to a year ahead and plan ahead to make sure that when you do need the money, which eventually you will, that you have all your relationships built out, and when you do go for the funding, you get approved. Another thing to keep in mind is the inquiries on your credit profile. You usually want at least less than 3 to 5 new inquiries. If you do have inquiries, I do recommend you get it removed. If you don't know how to do that, like I said earlier in the video, I do show you guys how to do that in my community, which is currently free. Show you how to remove hard inquiries in 24 hours on all of the 3 credit bureaus. So definitely join if you still have it. That'll show you how to remove the inquiries and keep getting more and more funding. All right, guys, I hope that was a very practical video with a bunch of good data points that will help you guys get approved. And I'll see you here in the next one.